afternoon, depending on where you are at in the world or when you find this video. And welcome to this channel, Freya's Crow. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you bring me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this video, give me a Fonzie, or if you're watching it after the video is already streamed, just give me a Fonzie. Let me know in the comment section below how this general reading resonates with you. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know when I go live or when I post videos. This particular video is for the star sign of Capricorn. And what we're doing in this video is I called in Archangel Michael and Metatron to help come in and protect us. I called in Archangel Metatron to help clear out your chakras, bring your chakras to attention, what needs to be healed, what chakra needs to work on when it comes to your transformation. Also talking about your North Node. So this is for the star sign of Capricorn. So if you don't know anything about your North Node, go to your natal chart. You need the time you were born, the day you were born, and where you were born. And you will find out everything you need to know about your natal chart. Where your North Node is, your sun, your moon. Well, you already know what your sun is, your moon, and so forth. That's how it works. But we are working on your North Node. Your North Node is your spiritual journey, which would pertain to your transformation. All right. So we're going to start off with an ancestor message for the Capricorn collective. Ancestor message for the Capricorn collective. So there is something you need to let go of. The release card is in reverse. Or maybe you've already released something for some Capricorns out there. Maybe you've already released something on the bottom underneath that. Maybe you released being a puppeteer on your journey. You see how the well has the strings attached to it? So that could be what you released. You could have broke the apron strings. This is a little well. You could have broke the apron strings. You could have broke the strings of being puppeteered by people who feel they're above you. You could have broke the strings of, this well is out of the water, right? This well needs water to survive. They can only jump up out and then they have to go back in. They can only be a brief period out of the water. So you could have water in your North Node, Capricorn. All right. So there is the moon shining in the background. So I feel like you may have released some sort of an illusion that has had a stronghold over your life. Okay. A stronghold over your journey. And then look behind that, we have dolphins. So what I feel like you have released is this overpowering emotion. Right? See that sun and the moon. So you could have the sun in Capricorn, the moon in a water sign. Okay? So I feel like because this card was in reverse, I feel like you already released something. You left go. You've let go of something, maybe some sort of a shadow. You sit down, you've addressed it. See, there's the moon coming through again. You sat down, you faced that shadow. Pine trees are the only tree that stays green throughout the winter time. So you may have learned to stand strong through feeling the coldness of the people around you, feeling isolated, feeling alienated, feeling rejected. But I also see a pine tree as, when I see trees, I automatically think of ancestors. Okay? So you absolutely did release something, because release in reverse. If it was in the upright position, this talks about you need to let go of something. But I feel like maybe the struggle was real. Maybe you were like in this in-between stage. Well, I don't know what I need to release. I don't know how to release it. There's a string attached here. Da da da. Everybody's situation is different. So take the messages as resonate. All right. So opportunity. So your ancestors want to tell you that you have an opportunity coming your way now. Okay. For my Capricorns. So moon through palm trees. On an occasional owl hoot and the song of a solo coyote punctuate the stillness in the forest as a traveler walks through the pines. So Capricorn, you are this traveler. Light from a waning moon filters down through the canopy of needles and cascades across the forest floor. I think waning is new to full. Don't hold me to that, but I think so. Um, Sometimes the trees obscure the moon, but sometimes its illumination clearly shows the path ahead. So, yeah, you're seeing something clearly now. That's because you released something. You possibly released something last fall, because that tree leaves fall off the tree in the fall. Pines are one of the most ancient plants genera on the planet. They have existed nearly 3 times longer than all flowering plant species. Because most pines stay green all winter, they traditionally represent longevity, immortality, fertility, health, and abundance. The moon, or gossamer glow, represents the feminine, receptive facade of life. Just as the moon receives and reflects the light of the sun, symbolically, the moon represents receiving the goodness of the universe flowing to you. So, for some of you, you may release attachment to an outcome. Okay. So, your ancestors want you to know, Capricorn, gifts from the universe are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and joy are flowing to you gently and easily in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it's ebbing and flowing rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. So, what I feel is, because we're talking about the winter time here, you're realizing, that wintertime is a period of hibernation, right? And then springtime is the time to plant seeds. Fall time is the time to harvest fruits of them seeds, which leads me back to the same thing. You've released attachment to the outcome. You know when there's a time to rest. You know when there's a time to work. For some of you, I feel like you found a state of balance. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it's, oh, I feel like somebody just knocked that out of my hand. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two. But as you stay open and receptive, physical and emotional gifts will come into your life. Instead of bemoaning the fact that there isn't a steady and constant stream of joy and gifts from the universe, accept whatever you receive in a spirit of gratitude, and your body will increase tenfold. This is universal law. Okay, so I feel like you've tapped in to the universal law of ebb and flow. Know when you're attracting and know when to be in that flow. I feel like you did a lot of shadow works. You stood strong right? You stood strong. You did a lot of healing. You did a lot of shadow work, right? Because the moon does represent our shadow side. Things being revealed back to us. This is beautiful, all right? So, and learning to trust the voyage, right? Not being ever emotional, not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, standing strong, staying rooted in your foundation, staying grounded. I feel like this is a beautiful card, right? You can be seeing things in your dreams as well, Capricorn. Right? You could be seeing the moon could be giving you, showing you something. That man in the moon could literally be showing you something, whispering in your ear, so to speak. So, what chakra wants to come out? What chakra for Capricorn? Oh, look at this. Birds of a feather. Oh, beautiful. So that makes perfect sense because listen, right? See how you got this well who's got strings attached to another well, right? And then you got these two dolphins who are leaping together. So I feel for some of you, you may have released attachment not only to the outcome, to being puppeteered, right? About people who are not on the same page with you, people who, who, how do I want to say this? People you don't resonate with, right? Learning not to shrink yourself to fit into a situation that no longer serves you. You are learning to find happiness, right? Learning to find happiness within yourself. I feel for some of you, you attracting a relationship here. Not getting every emotional, right? Just staying calm, trusting the journey, making them strings to people who, have kept you like okay, hold on a second. Breaking the strings with people, places, and situations that have kept you in your shadow side. Facing them. See the red tree? Red represents root chakra. It's like you're understanding that everything you had to go through, right? Time machine. All about the timing. The time machine can take you anywhere you want to get, past, present, and future. Um, Beautiful. All right. So birds of a feather, number 25, is a heart energy. What did I say about love? Love, compassion, community, forgiveness, unconditional acceptance, inner peace, and wholeness. I'm telling you, Capricorns, you're manifesting love. Okay. So key concepts: sharing, community, a sense of belonging, fellowship with like-minded people, understand the concept of we before me. And I feel like that's why I am seeing you breaking these chains of allowing people to overpower you, keep stringing you along, keep breadcrumbing you along your journey when it comes to love. Because the dolphins to me represent love. So you found inner peace and you've accepted your shadow side as to why you've attracted people into your life. There was a reason for it, right? Okay, so have you ever wondered how people naturally gravitate to one another and discover surprising intimacy and connection? There's a kind of magnetic energy, like an invisible ray of light, that gently pulls people together to form something beautiful that can be shared. As in the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Now, when I get my new subscribers and they mention to me I'm a new subscriber, I always tell them, well, welcome to our feathered family, right? Because birds of a feather flock together. It doesn't matter what kind of a bird you are, right? I resonate with crows. Maybe you resonate with robins or blue jays. I also resonate with them too. Like I'm a bird. I've always been a bird. I've always been a bird watcher, right? It's just part of who I am. So it comes from an instinctual need for belonging. That's that string attaching, that need to belong somewhere. Always, those are belonging to somebody with a string attached. There's always a string attached in that relationship. So it's like you're cutting them strings. You're finding peace and you're accepting, okay, you are a karmic individual. You are just breadcrumbing me, stringing me along, trying to keep me attached to you, right? You are accepting that every person in your life has come into your life for a reason. We need community to survive, to thrive, and grow. We humans are social creatures. After all, none of us are meant to be alone. The concept of belonging is playing an important role in your life currently. So, your heart chakra, your angels want you to work on your heart chakra. Let go of People who play on your heartstrings to manipulate you, such as, oh, we belong together, or I love you, right? But have a hidden agenda. Somebody who likes to manipulate situations, right? For instance, here's a gift, but there's a string attached to that gift. Been through that, believe me. All right. So, yeah. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection, for now is the time to thrive in the community. What you will find is a deeper and more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yours to others and sharing ideas, hopes, and dreams. What did I say about dreams? This person's coming into your dreams. However, you stay here in this journey of becoming who you're meant to be, right? Journey, voyage. Connecting to the community and participating in fellowship is the best thing for you right now. You will flourish as part of a network of like-minded and like-hearted people. Stick to what feels good and resonates with your heart as true. When you understand the value of this community, you will discover everything you're hoping for and much more than you're expecting. So you are about to attract your soul tribe to you. You are, right? On your journey. Spirit's telling you it's time. This is root chakra energy. It's time. 7 and a 3 adds up to a 10. We're going to read Time Machine because that Time Machine card is very interesting. Yeah, inherited patterns, right? The patterns of being with people with strings attached, pulling on your heartstrings, allowing people to pull on your heartstrings. Conditioning lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. And that's what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing. We rely on the stories we inherit from our ancestors. Or you guys are generational curse breakers. Capricorn, you are generational curse breakers. Our families, our culture, and the world around us can strap of our reality, right? And that's that strings attached card. And how the people that you let into your heart are dry and barren. There's always a string attached. They're not authentic, right? They don't know how to give and receive in a very balanced energy. I feel like Capricorn, you're an earth sign, but you're also a cardinal sign. This is about taking leadership of your life. This is about breaking them curses, them generational curses they have come down through your lineage, right? And honoring the people who have hurt you and accepting, okay, this is an opportunity that caused me to learn. It caused me to face that shadow side. It caused me to remain strong, right? It caused me to see who I want in my life and who I don't want in my life, what I will accept and what I won't accept when it comes to my community, when it comes to love, when it comes to, being vulnerable, right? Yeah, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through this challenge with wisdom? How to build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past, and that's what I feel like you were doing. You may have walked blindly because you were in a period of darkness when it comes to your love, when it comes to your heart space. This is a repetitive pattern that maybe you did not see at first, but now you really see it clearly about the people in your circle, your social circle. The best course of action here is to rest, Practice self-compassion and make a conscious choice to do things differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you are becoming aware. That is exactly, you're becoming aware because you are facing those wounds. You're facing that. This is beautiful for you. All right. So let's go ahead and see with some wisdom with the birds of feather. Oh yeah, look, you got an ancestor coming through right off the bat. Right off the bat. So we got crown chakra, clarifying the heart chakra. So how you perceive your community is how you create your reality for some of you. Look at that. See the ancestor coming through. Generations here on earth. See the tree? You have an ancestor who's reaching out to you. This may be somebody you don't even know, right? From the past. There is something that is being blocked because you have a community of people around you who are vain. So you are learning to trust your intuition and block these vain people. Block these community of people who are just all about, well, how do I look, right? How do I look? Or I don't want to be around you because you taint my image, right? Or, oh, I'm only with you because you're like a good arm candy, right? That's what I feel here. You're learning to block that. You are learning to trust your intuition. You definitely have some people around you who are very vain. They care too much about how they look with you or how they look in the community, right? This is beautiful. Yeah. And then trickery, playing on your heartstrings. What did I tell you? Playing on your heartstrings. Time machine for Capricorn. So you're definitely recovering. You got the third eye coming through here. See, there's a key. So there is something unlocking because you don't get a key unless you're achieving something. Your ancestors are saying, look, you've achieved breaking a generational pattern of people pleasing, of, always being in relationships where there's strings attached. For some of you, it could be third party situations, right? Yeah, so you're releasing something. What you're releasing is giving your power away to other people. That's what I feel. You're releasing, giving your power away to other people this year. You are really going through it. You are transforming. You are breaking generational patterns, habits, wounds, right? You're breaking those. And you're closing the door to them. Why? Because you're starting to see clearly that vanity. Right. Oh, I want to be with you, but I don't want no strings, like no strings attached. For some of you, third party situations, you know, um, people who come in just to say, "Oh, you're my soulmate," right? I want you like you're my arm candy. I only want you because you look good. And then they play in your heart, right? And then what happens is after you give them a piece of heart, they throw it on the ground, they stomp on it, they take their stilettos and they poke a bunch of holes in it, not even caring about how you feel, right? They don't care. All right, so creation and birds of a feather for Capricorn. Yeah, what did I say about them stilettos in your heart space? How about that? There's those stilettos. So you are looking at the situation of how the community of people has stomped on your heart, right? That has made you feel powerless, that has deceived you, has caused a lot of deception, right? Said everything you wanted to hear, right? But didn't care. This is somebody who, oh, this is, I know that this is what so and so here. So let's tell them that just so that we can cause them a lot of heartache, a lot of despair, right? That's a Three of Swords energy. Remember, I said about taking them stilettos, and then this card pops out. Them swords stab you in the heart, cause you a lot of heartache, a lot of pain. See how that person looks like depressed? See how you got that in that heart? You may have felt burned a lot because that's solar plexus energy. You may have felt burned a lot when it comes to love. I feel three significant relationship. Three. And I feel like that's why you're in this period of darkness. Because these three relationships, not only did you feel burned, but you took the opportunity to face this shadow as to what keep attracting, because the solar plexus is attraction, right? Attract. Why do I keep attracting these people into my life? What is it that I need to let go of that keeps recreating the same pattern, the same wound, right? That brain. Why do I keep attracting egotistical centered individuals to me? Male or female, it does not matter. Because you know what? Believe it or not, female egotistical people are the worst. They are the worst. Because those are the ones who are smart. Because we're females. We're very smart. Males think with the brainless head. Females think with the head with the brain. Right? There's a song coming through. I want to sex you up. It's a song from back in the 80s. Um, I can't remember who sings it. So hold on a second. Let's look up the lyrics. I want to sex you up. Oh, it's Color Me Bad. And I know it's from the 80s, but that's who sings it. I want Color Me Bad. Oh no, it says 1991. Huh. It's a song from 1991. I don't know how old you are, but 1991 would have been 35 years ago because that's what year my son was born. TikTok, a TikTok, you don't stop. To the TikTok, you don't stop, right? Time machine, TikTok, right? TikTok, time. Come inside, take off your coat. I'll make you feel at home. Let's pour a glass of wine because now we're all alone, right? I've been waiting all night, so just let me hold you close to me because I've been dying for you, girl, to make love to me. Oh, girl, you make me real good. We can do it till we both wake up. Girl, you know I'm hooked on you, and this is what I'll do. I want to sex you up. I want to love you down. I want to love you good. I want to let me rub you down. I want to sex you up. Let me take off all your clothes, disconnect the phone so nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. Third party situations. Let me light a candle so we can make it better, making love till we drown dig. Girl, you know it feels real good. We can do it till we wake up. Oh, girl, you know I'm hooked on you, and this is what I'll do. I want to sex you up, make love till we drown. I want to sex you up. Girl, you just make me feel so good. I just want to Just let me rub you down, make sweet loving all night. I want to sex you up, feel so right. It can't be wrong. Don't be shy, girl. Rescue me. Open up your heart and I'll set you free. Like the words, right? The words that have caused you a lot of heartache and despair. Because Swords talks about communication. This is somebody who is what I would call a snake charmer. Somebody who is very good with manipulating the words, manipulating you to get your pants off. And then you get burned by them, right? You get burned by that word. Yeah, and it's like play a lot of mind games with you, right? They play a lot of mind games with you. Oh, we're soulmates. We're on the same page, right? So your ancestors are saying this is a pattern and wound that has been handed down through generations. And I feel like they're telling you, you have recovered from this, right? You've seen it from a higher perspective. You've seen it, right? And now you have recovered from these stringed along relationships that were only there to get what they wanted, right? They were only there to get what they needed. And they said all the right things to you. And because you've seen it and recovered from the shadow side of these wounds and patterns that have been handed down to you, now you're getting key. This key is going to open up a door for a destined relationship. A destined relationship where two of you are going to see things the same way. This is a spiritual relationship. For some of you, it could be same sex. For others of you, it's not. Okay? No judgment. I don't care. I don't care what your preference is. But you definitely have an ancestor or a spirit guide coming through and saying, congratulations, Capricorn. You did the work. Now timing is in the air, right? See the key? Timing is in the air. Here's the key to open up the door to a true relationship where you two can, it's like be together and you don't have to worry about whether or not this person is going to stab you in the heart, whether this person is going to lie to you, or whether you're going to feel powerless or something along those lines, like having no strings attached relationship where you're going to be stringed along, right? This is wonderful, right? The Seven of Coins. So somebody's plan isn't going to work in the community, right? Somebody could be trying to plan something. The Three of Cups talks about a community of people, right? Three females. So this plan to end up you in third party situations is over. It's a dud because you're going to see straight through it. You're going to know what the plan is. And here's this emperor coming through. There's this the man, right? I don't want no strings attached, who is very controlling, very manipulative, overpowering, overbearing, tells you everything you want to hear, just as a form of control. This is somebody who is, somebody who is, for instance, and I'm using my own experience here. For instance, somebody who's very jealous. Um, I had a boyfriend who, and I really loved him too, but he was so jealous that when we would go out, I would have to sit like this. I wasn't allowed to look at nobody. I wasn't allowed to talk to nobody. And as time grew on, I started seeing the pattern. And then we would go out of washing machine just at the time. So he would wash clothes. I would work at home, take care of the house. First mistake. I would wash clothes, or he would wash clothes. And then when I would get off work or wake up because I worked night shift at that job, he would say, "Well, let's go dry clothes." And he would not let me alone for 2 seconds. And then one day he's like, "Oh, I'll go alone." And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." And I went. And I'm the kind of person, if I walk in a room, I can read people's vibes. Trust me, I'm very good at reading people's vibes. And there was a female there waiting for him. And as soon as I walked in that laundromat, she took off. And I knew right then and there what was going on. When you got somebody pointing the finger at you who is jealous when you are not doing a damn thing wrong, don't want you to go anywhere by yourself. Always checks the um always checks the mileage on your vehicle. You have to go, and you can only go to the store. I know how many miles it is there. You got 10 minutes to go in and grab what you need and come back out and be home. That person's cheating on you. If they're jealous and you're not doing anything, they're jealous and you're not doing a damn thing, that person's cheating on you. That's repetitive patterns of being manipulated, of being burned by snake charmers. So I'm just letting you know that's my own personal experience. You can take the message as it resonates. If it resonates with you, yay, give me a thumb. I'm happy for you that you broke out of that pattern. You recognize that pattern. And that is the key to unlocking and letting go of those patterns and wounds. That is the key to recovering. All right, so recovery, Capricorn, third eye, Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, we got another third eye card coming through here. So this talks about somebody who is very manipulative. Somebody who's like, oh, I'm a softie, right? I'm in tune with my feminine side. This is somebody who is a romantic individual because there's a queen on here, but at the same time, they're very manipulative. This goes back to that jealous individual. Somebody who's romantic, somebody who acts like they care a lot, somebody who is, somebody who is ugly on the inside, right? Somebody who's jealous. This is somebody who's jealous and envious. But this also is clarifying the wisdom of recovery here. So you are recovering, right? You're recovering from being manipulated on an emotional level. You are recovering your light, is what I feel. You are calling back your light. Because when she's in the other position, she is very attractive. She knows what she wants. She's very passionate, right? So I feel like you're recovering your power, is what I feel. You're recovering your divine feminine essence, whoever I'm talking to. Which is helping you see things more clearly. This also could have been a mother figure, right? A mother figure in the past who could have put you down, who could have, made you less than. Somebody who was overpowering. Because I do see a female on there. Again, this could be somebody who is of a same-sex relationship. Only take that message if it resonates for you, Capricorn, please. But this also talks about that same-sex relationship. Maybe somebody fears how they will look to the community if they come out and say, oh, I like females, right? Clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups talks about that knight in shining armor, right? Somebody who's a hopeless romantic. So what I feel you are recovering is feeling manipulated by these individuals who just come in and get what they want, right? People who you give your power away, you give your heart to, and then they turn around and like a stiletto it. These people make you feel powerless. This talks about somebody who's a hopeless romantic, right? Tells you with the throat chakra, tells you everything you want to hear just to manipulate the situation. Tells you, oh, I'm a softie, I'm romantic, right? But then goes and treats you like you didn't mean nothing, right? The Knight of Cups is it's the Knight of Cups, somebody who comes in and offers you that love, right? But it's like they keep you a secret for some of you. Because they may be afraid of how people in their community, in their social circle will view you. This is who is not attracted to you. They're just only there to get what they want. This is somebody who's superficial. This is also somebody who may have had a manipulative mother. I'm seeing three females in the community. And I feel like this Knight of Cups was spreading it around between them three females. I feel like this person may want to come rushing back to you as well. So you'd be going through a divine test. This is also somebody who, you know, like I said, use their words to manipulate you and then turn around and go to the community. Oh, so-and-so's ugly, right? She's there for the POA. I was only there for that. So I told so-and-so everything they wanted to hear. Cast an illusion. Not wanting you to see the truth. Keep you always hanging on, right? This is giving me elf on the shelf. Always keep you hanging on. Remember, strings. Always wanting to keep you hanging on. Always wanting to keep you waiting for them, right? Not wanting to let you go. Because why? Because they knew you'd always still be sitting there waiting. That's why. And they didn't want to take you out because for some of you, they didn't want to take you out because you didn't look good on them. You didn't look good on their arm because this person is very vain. We got that, right? The vanity card. Oh, it's not in here. I just shuffled it. Shuffled it out. I could have swore I got the vain card. Very vain. I care about how I look into the community. And I don't, to me, you're not very good at it, but you're good enough to get your drawers off, right? You're good enough to get your drawers off, but you're not good enough to take out and show off to anybody. I've been waiting for you all night long. Shut off your phone, right? I want to sex you up. Yeah, so they didn't want to let you go because they knew you'd always be there waiting for them, regardless. So they would manipulate a situation so that you wouldn't walk away. They would play on your insecurities, string you along, right? Look, lovers play a lot of mind games with you. There's them heart. See the four swords? You went from 3 to 4, right? They wanted, and I feel like you're no longer confused. You've made a decision to say, you know what? I'm worth more than just being your lover on a shelf here. I'm worth more than that. And that's what caused you to wake up from the illusion and take back your power. So, yeah, this is beautiful. This is actually really beautiful. And this is going to, because of the fact that you faced this shadow side of always being that elf on the shelf or, you know, always waiting around for this, for them, always having the wine chilled, always waiting for them to show up, you know, to sex you down. Because of the fact that you broke this habitual pattern and habit that has been handed down to you, now the divine got something special coming to you. You already know this, though. You already know this. You know that this was a pattern. You recognize the pattern. This person could have played on your self esteem. Like I said, told you everything you wanted to hear. So let's go ahead and get third eye chakra, amethyst, intuition. Intuition is a little tug that pulls you towards the light. Mm-hmm. Third eye chakra. So you definitely have two third eye chakras here. Queen of Wands and recovery. So you have definitely trusted your intuition. You knew, right? You knew. And if you want to know what an amethyst is, this is a piece of amethyst. A piece of amethyst, what does it do? It helps to transmute toxicity. The toxicity of this person who thinks that they are your knight in shining armor, that likes to keep you as the elf on the shelf. So you've seen the light of a situation, right? You've seen the light of the situation. You took back your power, and you said, "Listen, right, ancestors, spirit guides, can you please send me somebody who's authentic?" Right? You've did the work, absolutely, and now handing you a key that's going to open up the door to for you to manifest somebody who is on the same page with you, somebody who is a spiritual, somebody who is um, a, um, a spiritual soulmate is what I'm seeing here. Abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Citron. And this is a piece of citron. Abundance. When you choose to see it that way. All right, let's take a look at the bottom of it. Divinity. Recognize the divine in the mirror. So you're definitely manifesting a mirror soulmate here. This is blue lace agate, and this is a piece of blue lace agate, Capricorn. Yeah, you trust your intuition. Is in contact with your higher source of knowledge. Third eye chakra. I'm telling you, you need to trust your intuition, because you're gonna see this. You're gonna see something, right? This person, these ones who are just there to sex you up. They're mirroring to you what they want, and you are also mirroring to them your light, your divinity, and that's what they're attracted to. And you also, like I said, you need to trust your intuition, because your intuition is going to tell you something. Your intuition is going to let you know the difference between somebody who's going to use you as an elf on a shelf again, keep you hanging around, right? Always wanting you to hang on, always wanting you to wait for them, not wanting you to walk away, and the one who is true. Because when the one who is true, they're going to mirror back to you their authenticity. All right. So that is what I feel for you, Capricorn. Thank you for watching. Congratulations. I feel like you do have a new love station on the way. The door is not open yet. I feel like you got a test coming before this door opens, um, from the divine, to see if you are ready to break that pattern and that habit of just, being that elf on the shelf. I feel like you're going to pass it. Don't worry. I do. I feel like you're going to pass it, because you are going to see it, right? You're going to feel it in your gut. You're going to see it with your third eye, and you're going to feel it in your gut. So you definitely have a choice to make. Give me some Fonzies. I see I have 5 viewers. Thank you for watching. Congratulations.